Alright guys, what's going on? Back again. Got the snow still in effect, because you know, fuck it, it's still winter. Just getting a couple things set up, especially my other monitor, to make sure that I can see everything everyone's saying. But meanwhile, let me check to see who's all in. What's going on, Play? Country Boy Jamie, long time no see. How you doing? Hello, all. What's going on, Nicholas? What's going on, Chuck? What's going on, Ranger? All right, looks like we got a nice little turnout so far. Hey, Devin. All right. Ooh, that's on top, chat. Let me change that over. Hey, what's going on, Gabe? How you doing? Ooh. Just gonna give it a few minutes for everybody to jump in, and we will begin. How was everyone's Christmas? Mine was pretty good. I was like sleepy as hell for some reason. Like all of that day, I wanted to sleep. But I did finish The Witcher, so that's a plus. So you're doing good, but you gotta leave in about an hour because you have to go to work early. I can understand that. Now this Texas Chainsaw one, I'm actually looking forward to. If not for anything, Alexandra Daddario. I love it. I love it. On the Blu-ray extras, you can see a truck driver hung up in the house when they show Leatherface. Really? Are they implying that that was the truck driver that got away? I mean, I don't think so. I don't think... I mean, unless Leatherface was like hunting him down, that'd be kind of crazy. Excuse me. Oh man, I think I might be getting sick. Alright, let me switch over to the commentary track. There we go. Did I know about the Kevin is Jigsaw theory? Yes, I have heard about that. That's something to realize, Gabe, midway through. Like, you just start drawing. Like, you know what? I don't know how to do this shit. That's why you just, like, wing it. Sex of the soul. my God, I love Drayton. Hey, what's going on, Shadow? Welcome back as well. And Horrorboy, how you doing? Nice little turnout. Getting a couple people in. I want to play a game. Can you imagine Kevin from fucking Home Alone actually being Jigsaw? That'd be fucking crazy. Oh, you're awesome, Shadow. Well, that's good to hear. Whenever you can have an awesome night, that's just awesome in general. Doing good over here, Horrorboy. How you doing? Oh, I'm doing pretty good, pretty good. I mean, other than Amanda having to go to the emergency room, pretty much I'm doing good. She was having some stomach issues that needed some attention. So you did a review for the Beyond earlier. Really loved it. Okay. Did you already upload it? Might have to check it out afterwards. Ooh, shit, something flew in my eye. I mean, right now she's fine. Her thing is she has a hernia, and she can't exactly get surgery at this point in time. So essentially, it's just a matter of if the hole gets bigger or not. Like trying to watch it until she can get the surgery done. I mean, yeah, everything's okay for now. I mean, as long as it's if it is serious, we catch it in time, she should be fine. Like it'd be, it's like not exactly what I would call life threatening yet, or I wouldn't be streaming. Trust me, I wouldn't be, I wouldn't have the capacity to do something like this with that going on. Looks like we gave a good amount of people enough time to jump in. About 11 minutes in so far. So, pretty much as you guys know, I'm going to get ready to get started with the movie here. I'll for those that don't know that may be watching on Facebook, Twitch, Mixer, or whatever the case may be, I'm going to give a countdown. When I reach the end of that countdown, I'll say play, you'll hit play, we'll watch the movie together, and if I make a comment on something going on, hopefully it should match what you're seeing. Or at least give or take a couple seconds, a couple frames. Or if you're just slow on the draw, maybe like 30 seconds. Some give or take, give or take. So let me bring this up. I think I watched this movie like once. I thought it was decent enough. I didn't realize a lot of the issues with it until even Adam Marcus brought him up. Like pretty much the time frame of when this is supposed to be, and like the fucking product placements was ridiculous. I mean, some of the dialogue is horrendous too, which I know Adam Marcus had completely disavowed. Which I can believe that, because I mean I've seen some of the movies Adam Marcus had a hand in, and some of the dialogue was never like that. Like, welcome to Texas, motherfucker. Like, what? Holy fucking shit. But alright, guys. Let's jump into this. Let's get it. Hey, what's going on, Machete? Holy shit. Coming in the last second. Like, wait a second. This did the Halloween 2018 thing before Halloween 2018? Yes, it did. Where it retconned all the other films. But with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's easy to do that, because none of the films, aside from 1 and 2, follow any kind of timeline. And even then, part 2 was so zany that can really just brush it aside. There was no real narrative in there that was important or built upon the characters. Plus, Leatherface, Drayton, and everything died. Like, I do remember when I watched this, I did have some issues with it. Especially with the whole, like, when the mob comes to Leatherface's house, or the Sawyer house, and we go from just having the hitchhiker, Drayton, and Leatherface to an entire house full of Sawyers. Like, where the fuck were all these people at during the first film? Like, and we never got any indication that there was anybody other than those 3 there. So what the hell was going on there? Oh, we haven't started the movie yet, Buzz. We were getting ready to. Stormtroopers. Why did they just appear in my head? Because it's essentially the same kind of concept. They were fodder just to push up the body count. How old is Leatherface in this? I mean, it depends on how old he was in 74. When the events of the first movie took place. Because we don't know how old he actually is underneath that mask. We assume he's older because of how big he is. But that isn't an indication of age alone. I mean, personally, I would probably say... I'd probably split the difference. I'd say in his 70s, Ranger. I didn't read your text yet, Anthony. I haven't read anybody's text for the last couple hours on Facebook. Yeah, the Leatherface movie. God, that's next. That's going to be the next one. That could have been good if they weren't trying to outthink the viewers. Like, the bait and switch with who Leatherface was supposed to be was ridiculous. That whoever wrote that should never get a job again writing, because they probably thought that was the most clever thing ever, and that was some really, really, really stupid shit. Like, when you had the perfect boy that was going to be Leatherface, like, had the sounds, the body type, everything, that was your Leatherface. Nah, it was too easy. We want to show we're smarter than that. Like, no, just go with it. It felt right. Like everything with him felt right. And they just fucked it up. But all right. Let's dive in to one of the last two Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. So, assuming you guys have all your copies ready, we will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Do you think, cuz? Why Danielle Harris didn't come back in Halloween 6? From what I understand, she was asking for too much money than studio was willing to pay. This is a good start off, though. Like, if anything, with the new movie that Fede Alvarez is going to be producing, I would completely rip off this beginning. With the credits and everything. Like, this is a really good idea. R.I.P. Gunnar Hansen. Which I believe he's at the beginning of this, isn't he? He's like one of the other Sawyers. And R.I.P. Marilyn Burns. Well, at least we get a brief glimpse of Nubbins. I like how they kind of cut Bill Moseley in there. Yeah, the movie could have definitely been better. I think if they would have kept it in 1974, because this whole beginning scene, I remember watching this all was extremely interesting, and it was nice how they matched the tone as much as they could with the technology upgraded and all that. Like, if they would have kept it like this and just had Leatherface going on a rampage, I'd have been fine with it. Once they bring it into modern day, that's when it kind of fucked it over. Oh, I imagine like seeing all the like scenes that they showed, like was would have been probably a pretty cool experience to see in the theater. Like there were no smartphones in 1993. From what I understand, what Adam Marcus said, that was forced in by the studio. Like that was not part of his script with this. His cousin, weirdly attractive and aged, I'd say. Like, I mean, in order to make a good sequel, you have to kind of pick your starting point and try to get it to match the tone. With this, they started off so strong, and I believe, like, once they get into modern day, it just kind of falls off. Especially with as simple as the original movie was, you didn't really need a good story to build around. It was just about the experience of these kids that happened to come across a family of cannibals. Fucking grandpa got shot. Gona, it just kind of seems stupid that they knew that Sally Hardesty got away. So why would they stay there? Like, it didn't make any sense. Especially to keep Leatherface there. If that's not a walking bit of fucking incriminating evidence. Like, I mean, would they really be able to take the chainsaw home and hang it in a bar? Given that that is a murder weapon? Hey, Ty, how you doing? We are currently about 9 minutes into the movie. Oh, I can definitely agree with you that on that, Ty. Like 100%. So my least favorite movie from the decade was probably A Nightmare on Elm Street. I would probably say Leprechaun Returns would be mine. I had such high hopes for Leprechaun Returns, and it was so disappointing. Even with Warwick Davis not coming back, I thought the guy they had to replace him was decent enough, but just didn't work for me. If Alexandra Daddario had red hair, she could be Meg from Dead by Daylight. I think it's ironic that she works at a deli. It's like it runs in the family. Would have been nice to see like some kind of buildup of like psychosis too. Maybe like some kind of mental disorder that can be inherited. I guess that's kind of what I mean. Because like she's essentially making art with bones, which I guess is a nod to what they did in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Leprechaun Origins had to be worse than that. Leprechaun Origins was really bad, but that was one of those movies I knew was shit going in. Leprechaun Returns got my hopes up. And because my hopes were up, and you're telling me it's a direct sequel to the first movie, I was expecting something in a similar tone. Instead, you gave me a horror parody. And it was much more of a letdown. Leprechaun Origins, I knew was going to be shit from the first trailer. So I knew what to expect. Civilized people eat crepes. The Sawyer family prefers head cheese and great barbecue. Like, that's not exactly an answer. Like, she wants to know where she comes from, and oh, you came from a shit heap. That's not what I mean. Like, you guys definitely don't work at Ancestry.com. Oh, yeah, the Origins acting was very bad. Like, yeah, you definitely won't get an argument from me on that. It was like when I watched it, I kept expecting like, okay, they're going to give me something that I can work with in Leprechaun Origins. give me something at all. But like going in knowing that it's shit and knowing that they turned the Leprechaun into a creature feature that stripped everything that you loved of the character away. Even the magic was gone. Like it just didn't make any sense. I knew coming in it was just like, dude, this shit is like terrible. But Leprechaun Returns, like, okay, you're bringing me back. You know, Leprechaun wants his gold, and he's talking, he's cracking jokes and all that. He's talking in rhyme. You bring back one of the actors from the first film. You get me going a little bit. You show me a trailer, kind of got me going a little bit. I was in there with it. Then I watched it and I saw how funny they were trying to be throughout the film, and it cranked the comedy up way too much instead of keeping it dark. Like it wasn't dark enough. Like when the girl like was flailing in her boyfriend's innards like a fish, I busted out laughing. Like that I shouldn't have laughed that hard at a horror movie. Have I ever heard of Howling 7 New Blood? I don't think so. I've watched many of the Howling movies when I was a lot younger, but I have not touched them since. So you're talking like a decade or two, maybe. Did I see your last comment, Devin? I did not. Let me slip back up to check. Why did they have to take Grandpa? He was my favorite character. Why, world, why? The Leprechaun versus Michael Myers. Leprechaun would win, hands down. Grandpa Leatherface. That is a concept I thought of for the remake. Like Leatherface in that movie could be Grandpa, and ultimately the Hewitts became the Sawyers. Like, why is Tremors still a thing? It's because it's a easy movie to make. You don't really have to show the monster that much. And even when you do, you can CGI it. It's a real easy movie to make. Wasn't the last good one Tremors 2? Yes. The last good one was Tremors 2. Which, if I remember right, the TV show that was going to come out with Kevin Bacon, that was going to be based on Tremors, if I remember right, they were going to do the same thing where they rebooted the timeline and made it a direct sequel to part 1. That was the only way Kevin Bacon was going to come back. Nicolas Cage is really desperate for money. I mean, if you look at the script for Nicolas Cage's Superman, or at least from what I heard of it, from the documentary Superman Lives, The Death of Superman Lives, they had a really interesting story. Definitely not comic accurate, but very interesting. Like, JG, don't say Leprechaun would win. Chillin' could be watching. He's probably somewhere just in a cave cursing everyone. Remember a horror movie, Rumpelstiltskin? Yes, I remember that. That was a long time ago, but I remember it. Nicolas Cage would be a good Lex Luthor. Nicolas Cage would probably play a really good... I would want to say Two-Face. He'd make a really good Two-Face with how crazy he could get. But also he gets so manic that you may go into Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face campiness. Day of the Dead Bloodline. Holy shit. Day of the Dead Contingent. Oh, was that this decade too? Holy fuck, man! I gotta look at this. I forget how long the decade is and how exactly like how many bad movies came out. Which I realized with this movie, you could have cut out everything with you could have the beginning and then cut to this like scene with them driving in the van going to look up the inheritance. You did not need the first like 10 minutes of Alexandra Daddario's character being introduced. And literally you pretty much wouldn't have missed anything. If anything, it may have improved the movie because then you're kind of looking at it from the standpoint that it's doing a lot of what the original film did. Like, sure, they set up some of the characters, but very minimally. And then as time goes on, then you can kind of introduce her as a Sawyer. She wondered. It's been a while since I watched this, but did he know that Leatherface was in there? Oh yeah, I noticed that, Buzz. I noticed it. Like, she's definitely not shy. Hey, what's going on, Hawkpool? How you doing? Okay, so you did know he was in there. Is this the last stream of the decade? No, actually not. Tuesday, New Year's Eve, will be the last stream of the decade. Yeah, Devin, I seen. I don't know. It would have been kind of cool if they would have used the house from the remake. Like, same house design. You could have had it in the same spot and everything, but just use the same house design from the remake. Hey, what's going on, Z? How you doing? We are currently about 25 minutes into the movie. Buzz, I'm not looking forward to it either. But it has to be done to complete the series, at least until the next Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie comes out. Harry Potter versus Luke Skywalker. I don't know, because I mean, obviously, judging by the last movie, we don't know everything that the Force can do. So, I mean, we don't know what Luke might have knew before he died. I mean, I'm kind of inclined to go with Harry Potter, but my gut's telling me Luke Skywalker. Still a little sick, but doing well. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you get better. You know, that kind of sounded a bit weird with an accent. So she had like Drayton buried there. Loretta. Where's Nubbins, though? I do not have to torture myself like this. Unfortunately, I do. Because I have to watch it to complete it. Otherwise, it would absolutely fuck with me. Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. If we could get an actual serious movie depicting that, that would be awesome. But I've come to terms after watching the last Puppet Master trailer that we are likely never going to get a good Puppet Master movie again. Thank you, Buzz. I'm definitely going to need it. See, I would probably say the magic of the 1974 film for Texas Chainsaw Massacre will never be replicated. But seeing what they did with the beginning of this kind of shows to me that they know they can do it. They can give us a good Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie that's in the same vein as the first film. Their thing is they get caught up with all of the cliches of a slasher movie. And that's what ultimately kills the entire movie. With the original Texas Chainsaw, it was just simple. It was just people in a van, driving in a van, pick up a hitchhiker. Hitchhiker marks the van. They find out, not find out. They end up running into Leatherface. Carnage ensues. It's really that simple. I mean, this movie definitely has a really good setup for everything. And it's like so much shit could have been cut or rewritten to really make it fit as a actual sequel to the first film and not bog it down. Like personally, I definitely wouldn't have killed Drayton off. Having Bill Moseley play him, that's too much of a golden opportunity. I definitely would not have killed Drayton off. Or if I would have had Bill Moseley come back as a new version of Chop Top to watch over Leatherface, being Leatherface's caretaker. Yes, I do remember Dollman versus Puppet Master. Did I see your last comment, Machete? I did not. Can they get a copycat killer after Halloween ends? Yeah, I mean, if it is the narrative that they want to go in, they could. I personally wouldn't mind seeing a copycat killer. But I mean, ultimately, if they don't have the same psychosis as Michael Myers has, then it's going to fall flat. It's just going to come off as a cheap carbon ripoff. On a scale 1 to 10, how juicy is Alexandra Daddario? I mean, we're talking a 10 plus 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 on my head. That'd be one fucking hell of a dream horror, boy. Fucking walk by the house and wait to hear like fucking a chainsaw revving. You better start asking nicely, Amanda. Like, at least he better. Like, better? I don't like being told what to do. Shit, I'd be down for it, Z. Just let me know when, and I can put it all together with my schedule. Break out the Jason costume. Just got done watching Phantasm 3 earlier. Loved it. Or love it. I think Phantasm 3 might be my favorite of that series. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him, Buzz. Considering we are talking about literal, like, backwoods kind of fucking people. Really? You gonna watch Witcher? Well, joke's on you. I already finished it. But wait a minute. You already know that. You know I finished that shit. Because, like, wasn't 3 Hardboy the one where the little boy has the razor blades on his frisbee and cuts the one, I think it's the one dude's throat, I believe. Part 2 was good as well, but Part 3, I think, was the superior sequel out of all of those films. Ravager? Fucking Ravager was... Ugh. Ooh. Got his ass with the hook. Well, damn. Like, that shit pumped the juicy meters up a little bit there, didn't it? Leatherface was based on the true story. Yep, I believe Ed Gein, if I'm not mistaken. How many minutes in the film are we in? 40. 40 minutes. I think Jason, at least his original appearance, was based off the Texarkana Killer. At least if I remember right. Ooh. Definitely got that right. One juicy bimbo indeed. Someone that Jason would love to see running through Crystal Lake. J.G. Dark as Lex Luthor. I mean, I could try to pull it off. Shave my head again. Would I try it? I mean, if it looks good, yeah. As long as I'm not seeing eyeballs and shit or anything like that. But I'm assuming Drayton's a hell of a cook. Because, I mean, he's winning awards. Wasn't Ed Gein the basis of Psycho 2? Yes, and Hannibal Lecter. Ooh. So you wonder if his mask is still the same mask he wore at the beginning, just now very decayed. You would have figured Verna would have told Leatherface, because Leatherface can comprehend. I mean, it's not exactly like he's. Especially if you're going off who they're saying Leatherface was when he was younger, he can comprehend English. He can comprehend sentences. So you would figure Verna would have told him about his cousin coming to claim the house. And he would have been waiting for her. Alright, so right now he's banging on the barn door. Why did it look like the gun almost fucking made her fly like a foot back? Where's our milkshakes? Fuck, that gate had no give. I'll let you know, Buzz. Hey, Ranger, welcome back. And some brief technical difficulties with this one. Wait, why the fuck did he stop? It didn't make any sense. Like, he just, like, stopped for them to actually fucking get him. Like, would I let Drayton Sawyer cook for me if he didn't use human meat? I mean, if he's winning awards for cooking, I mean, I'll give him a shot. Mm. Now, what if Leatherface would have killed her and then found out that it was his family? Hmm. Ooh. There's the country fuck part. Now, she's running through the woods right now, but I imagine she's getting ready to hit it, Buzz. All right, now they're getting there. They're there now. She's like climbing, literally climbing over the gate. Like, none of these people there hear the fucking chainsaw. Like, going into. Yep, there's the pig from Jigsaw. It's like Leatherface isn't attacking anybody else. You would figure this would be like a massive body count for him. Am I going to do a background for New Year's? If I can find one. Jigsaw was unheard of in 1993. Yeah, you can definitely tell that was a studio decision. Because if I remember right, this was done by Twisted Pictures, wasn't it? The same people that did the Saw movies? Oh, there's that 3D effect. So the Saw movie exists in Texas Chainsaw Massacre? I mean, I would imagine in this particular timeline it does. But I don't think it's going to once the new movie comes out. Oh, I'm like thinking of food hardcore now, Shadow. Yeah, I ate the burger. But that's pretty much all I ate when I got home. Most wonderful food. Kevin Bacon. Yes, I saw that with the lettuce. It was it was much appreciated. Yes, Devin, I saw the last comment. I'll let her know, Devin. I'm sure she'll be thrilled. Come to the dark side. We have bacon. It's a good way to get people to join. And you have gummy bears. Holy shit. Sign me up. Where is where's an application at? Do I need references? Excuse me. You saw nothing, Nicholas. You hush it and turn away when I do such things. Don't you say such things, Amanda. I mean, he force choked someone, but that means nothing. I don't know if I'd be going through that house. Whether I'm like overconfident that I could fuck up Leatherface or not, there's no way I'm going into a house like that severe at a disadvantage with the surroundings. You got no backup, nothing. Mm. But I mean, if they got this much money, they started eating people not because they liked it, but because they were starving. So why is Leatherface still continuing the practice? If obviously they have money, like they can actually eat other things. Did he just say it's okay? It didn't happen? Like, seriously? Mm. It seems like the cop is just like pretty much very passive. But I guess he's kind of implicated in things because he did kind of let things happen to the Sawyers. Although Leatherface shouldn't go hungry for a while with all that shit. So he's like keeping a kill count himself. Like who would name their daughter Edith in 1973? Probably someone like them with that. Oh. Is he actually sewing that into his own mouth? He is.
Boo. Hi.
Um, exactly, Buzz.
Exactly, boys.
You get.
Why?
Get.
Why?
Because this is an Abby free zone.
No, it's not. It's clearly said ghost Abby's allowed.
Nope.
Yes, it does. It says it on your head.
Nope.
Yeah. It says it on your channel. It says ghost Abby's allowed. Fine, but I'm on tomorrow.
Nah.
Yay. Beware.
Yeah, she made an appearance. Somewhat. Ooh. Ooh. Like, she cut you, you just hit her with a fucking car. Police brutality. Yeah, Nubbin's just kind of got the short end of the fucking stick. Thoughts on Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5? I liked it. It's a fun movie. Interesting concept of using the baby to sort of bring Freddy into other people's dreams. Although the whole thing it did with Amanda Kruger, I would have been far more interested in seeing a sequel that directly attached itself to that, to see where it went once Freddy escaped from her womb again at the end. But overall, I liked the movie. The comic book kill was pretty cool too. Although I still think they kind of went too far in part 4 and 5 just because of the reaction to Freddy in part 3 that made him too talkative and too one-liner, like ish, I guess you could say, if that's even a thing. Dropping too many one-liners, far too talkative, way too much exposure and full out light where he should have been kept more in the shadows. But the end scene, if there was any part of that movie that fully captured the essence of Freddy Krueger, is the scene where he's in the asylum near the end, and the one girl's setting free Amanda Krueger. She's like banging on the brick wall, and the first time she hits it, and Freddy like gives that mean snarl kind of look, and he's walking down the hallway, and he's like sort of popping in and out of reality, like in the light and the darkness. That was an amazing fucking scene. Oh, I see what you mean, Ty. I see what you mean. My God, it looks like they want to be free, don't they? They're like jiggling, like Juicy. The Juicy wants to be set free. Set the Juicy free. Hashtag set the Juicy free. Fucking Juicy, stupendous. Be sure to watch all the way past the end credits for the surprise. I know what you're talking about, Buzz. I've seen it. See, Amanda? She gets it. And now he realizes it. Like, all right, that's like defying physics. Like her shirt is open completely, and it's not exactly like fucking she's flat chested. There's literally no way that at least one of them did not fly out just from gravity alone. Kind of makes you feel sorry for Leatherface. You have a good night, Devin. Let my juices go. Oh, definitely Buzz. Would have been nice. I definitely wouldn't be complaining. She kind of has that real fucking crazy look there. I don't know. I mean, this whole like last fight thing could have been a whole lot more epic. Because I think if I remember right, Adam Marcus said something. He had Leatherface killing like a dozen people in this scene. Ooh. That's a fucking way to go. That is a really fucked way to go. I'll be getting jealous, Amanda. The cop is thinking I retire in 2 weeks. I don't give a shit. Accurate. But I mean, would he be able to let Leatherface go, knowing what Leatherface has done and what Leatherface will likely do? Because they kind of turned the tables with like making the Sawyers sympathetic, and they're not supposed to be sympathetic. They're supposed to be terrifying. Like the guy's wearing fucking human skin as a mask. You're not supposed to sympathize with that kind of person. Shit, me and her coughing at the same time. Would have been a nice touch if not only did she say this is home, but the Saw is family too. Like nobody's allowed in my spot. Just like looking at it like, stay out of my room. Gosh. I mean, that movie definitely has its problems, but is not really bad for a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. It could have taken a little bit more from the original film. And like I said, that entire, like, I think it's like 10 minutes of when they show Alexandra Daddario's character in the deli and meeting her friends and everything. You could have cut that until they're already in the van and heading straight to the house. Like, you could have cut all that out and you would have missed anything. If anything, it would have made the movie better. Hey Trent, how you doing? Just came a little late, my friend. Although we did have some technical issues earlier. But yeah, the movie is actually over. But how are you? How was your night? But overall, like, I definitely like the movie. I mean, it's not something I'd watch on repeat over and over and over again. And it definitely, when compared to the original, does not stand up to that. But it definitely has its moments. And knowing what they had to work with could have been done a bit better. But not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, I hear getting tased will actually do that to you. What's the town going to do about the missing mayor? I believe don't they have protocols for that? Like just in case like the mayor dies or something, they have like a deputy mayor or something like that. You got tased and you crapped your pants. Holy shit, man! Literally. Yeah, the end credit style was pretty cool too. Although the beginning credits was fucking top notch. Like I said, I hope the new movie that they do, Fede Alvarez does, has they ripped that completely off. I hope they do that because that is too good not to. Stream will probably start say around like 8. I'll do it early, about 8 o'clock. Tuesday will be a gameplay stream though. Not Tuesday. Monday, tomorrow. That'll be a gameplay stream. So I'll be playing a little bit of Dead by Daylight with that. And then Tuesday will end Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh, that's 2 more off his kill list. Oh, man. So that was Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D. Or Texas Chainsaw 3D, as it says there. Well, at least we didn't have any other fucking technical issues for the rest of that. That was fucking annoying. I'm not sure if I'm probably going to have to download this in the previous video, the previous stream from tonight, and sort of stitch them together and try to make this all work. But thank you guys for sticking around. Those that came back, I understand. The ones that didn't come back, I completely understand why. That was really fucking annoying. And hopefully, if it does happen, it'd be way down the road again. But that's going to do it for me tonight. I'm going to head out here because I am fucking hungry. And the kids are probably, at this point, having a WrestleMania level event match in the living room. So I'm going to head out. But like I said, thank you guys for sticking it out with me. And I will see you tomorrow for some Dead by Daylight. Till then, have a good night. And as always, I am JG Dark. And thanks for watching.